Today we're checking out the all-new MagicPad 4 by Honor. I want to thank them for sending this over. They also sent over the keyboard case and pencil. They're finding out what I think of this at the same time as you are once they watch this video, but I'll leave a link with current pricing and more information in the description down below. If you compare this to the previous MagicPad 3, there's quite a few differences. It's now a thinner, lighter device with a little bit smaller 12.3-inch OLED display. This is actually one of the thinnest tablets out there at only 4.8 millimeters. And it only weighs 450 grams with up to 165 Hz refresh rate at 3000 by 1920 resolution and up to 2400 nits peak brightness. It also has 5280 Hz PWM dimming, which means it's going to be easier on the eyes. And as you can see, it's got a really small 4mm ultra narrow bezel all the way around. When setting up, you've got face unlock or of course password. It also has Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6.0. Of course, you have Gemini as the assistant. For navigation, you've got gestures by default, or you've got 3-button navigation as well. And it comes with Magic OS 10 based on Android 16. You've got the Magic sidebar over here with extra shortcuts that you can add or subtract. You have the Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen. There's a dock down here at the bottom. Swipe down anywhere to do a search. Notifications up at the top. And you'll see all of your quick settings over here on the right. I think the software on here looks pretty nice. Definitely has some inspiration from the iPad. It's got 215 gigabytes available of the 256 gigabytes of storage. I think the screen quality on here actually looks really nice. There's quite a few things that you can customize on the lock screen. There's different themes that you can download, just a lot of different options. There's a lot of different wallpapers. You can change the shortcuts here on the lock screen as well. And then of course, different styles, fonts, colors for the clock as well. It also lets you choose between high, medium, standard, or dynamic refresh rate, where it's going to switch automatically up to 165 Hz. There's a spot there on the side of the tablet to connect the pencil, then just tap a couple times to connect it and it'll start charging. The pencil on this actually works really good. Looks and feels very similar to an Apple pencil. Has one button on the side and a harder tip that screws on and off. Also seems to have pretty good pressure sensitivity as well. The keyboard case for this is actually really nice quality as well. It's a nice light gray color, feels like really nice quality. Also has a nice and large trackpad. You can see the top part folds down to work as a stand. Feels pretty nice and rigid, so you've got several different angles to choose from. It's pretty simple to do multitasking on here, or split screen and floating windows, which is always nice on a bigger screen like this. It's got several things under Honor AI, like Magic Portal, Magic Text, AI Subtitles, AI Deepfake Detection. It also has AI Writing, and it's got Smart Sensing and Air Gestures as well. It's got a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 processor, 2 different memory and storage options at 12 gigabytes with 256 gigabytes of storage, or 16 gigabytes of RAM with 512 gigabytes. It also has the advanced Honor ice cooling system to maintain peak performance even during the most intensive sessions, combining graphite and vapor chamber technologies. Now, for some reason, I couldn't install Geekbench 6 on here. I assume it's because this tablet hasn't officially been released yet, but I can already tell the performance on here is very good. Everything seems nice and smooth, just moving around the software. And playing games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt Legends Unite look really nice on this tablet. It definitely feels like flagship performance in my testing. Also has a 10,100 milliamp hour battery with 66 watt fast charging. I ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness and it lasted just over 6 hours, which is actually pretty good considering the size and how thin this tablet is. It's actually pretty bright, so once you turn the screen brightness down, you can get much longer battery life. This also has 8 speakers with DTS-X Ultra. It's got spatial audio and IMAX enhanced audio. I've got to say, the speakers on this actually sound really nice and loud, much better than I was expecting considering how thin the tablet is. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Yeah, of what to expect on the Transmart Halo 100.
Cause you try to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
It's got a 13 megapixel camera on the back, 9 megapixel on the front. In the camera app, you've got scan document, portrait, photo, video. Under more, you have time lapse and stickers. You can shoot up to 4K resolution, 30 frames per second for video recording. Camera quality seems pretty good on here. Here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of what to expect on the MagicPad 4. I think the photo and video quality actually look pretty good on here, especially for a tablet. Considering you can do 4K resolution on the front and rear facing cameras, I think this is a good option for things like Zoom meetings or other video conference calls if you would need to. Overall, my first impressions of this tablet are really good. I like how it's thin and sleek. It actually feels pretty lightweight, even though it's somewhat a larger tablet. The screen and speaker quality is very nice on here as well. I think I might even like this one a little better than the MagicPad 3, since this one's a little easier to handle. Although I may have to do a closer comparison of those two, hopefully here soon. But if you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on as usual, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.